One Piece Live Action Season 2 Review. Into the Grand Line. Spoilers ahead. Hey everyone, today I'm reviewing One Piece Live Action Season 2, Into the Grand Line. Spoilers ahead. If you haven't watched the show yet, go watch it first and then come back. And if you don't want to watch it, well, that's your choice. Episode 1. The first episode was actually really good. It's a strong start to the season. There are a few changes compared to the original story, but if I talk about them, it would spoil the ending of the episode for people who haven't watched it yet. So I'll just say this. Great opening episode. Episode 2. Now this is where the changes start. The story isn't completely different, but some details are changed. For example, Laboon's part. In the original story, Crocus is inside Laboon's stomach, but in the live action, he's outside. That felt a little strange to me. Also, Laboon's stomach looked huge in the anime, but in the live action, it's much smaller. I understand they have limitations with live action though, so I can compromise on that. Another thing I noticed is that some characters look different from how they were portrayed in the anime, like Vivi and Brook. I'm not saying it in a bad way, it just stood out to me because it's different from the original designs. And at the end of the episode, did Zoro and Nami just break the fourth wall? That moment really surprised me. Episode 3. This episode was pretty good overall. Nothing really bad to say. One difference I noticed is that Zoro's fight happens inside a building in the live action, while in the anime it was outside. But I'm disappointed about one thing. Karoo is missing. The goat duck is not here. But then at the end of the episode, Nico Robin appears, and that moment was amazing. Episode 4. In this episode, I noticed something interesting. Sanji and Zoro working together in a way I don't remember seeing in the anime. They also added some scenes, but they don't really change the main story. Another big change is in the Little Garden fight. In the anime, Dory is the one who gets injured, but in the live action, they made Broggy the one who gets stabbed. That felt like a strange switch. Episode 5. This episode starts really well. Luffy crying actually made me emotional too. They also moved something earlier in the story. In the anime, Sanji reveals he's Mr. Prince during the Alabasta arc, but here they show it during the Little Garden arc. I don't know why they changed that, but I don't really mind it. Zoro also does his iconic pose. It's not as sarcastic as anime Zoro, but I was still really happy to see that moment. There was also a surprising scene where Luffy and Miss Golden Week sit by the beach. In the anime, they sit in front of the candle cake instead, so that change felt unexpected. Episode 6. Now in this episode, Wapol appears, which honestly surprised me because I didn't think he would show up here. But I have to say, the casting for Wapol is perfect. The jokes Wapol makes about protecting people and giving the world the best medical care were actually funny. Nami gets sick again, but some things are missing compared to the anime. For example, the giant rabbits aren't there, and Drum Mountain doesn't look as huge as it did in the anime. Episode 7. This episode hits emotionally. Dr. Hiriluk's past is heartbreaking. I was crying in the anime, and I was also emotional watching it in the live action. Chopper's transformation looks good overall, but something about the face feels a little strange. Episode 8. Final episode. The final episode has some extra scenes that actually make sense for people who haven't watched the anime. The main fight felt a bit fast. It's not bad, but it doesn't have as much depth as the anime version, especially the parts involving Nami being sick. One iconic moment is when Luffy tells Chopper to stop talking and just come with them. That scene is legendary. Chopper leaving Dr. Kureha is emotional, and the cherry blossom scene is beautiful. And finally, Sir Crocodile's introduction was by far one of the best moments. We finally see who Mr. Zero really is. Final rating. Overall, I'd give One Piece Into the Grand Line an 8 out of 10. If you haven't watched the anime, this live action is amazing and definitely worth watching. But if you've watched the anime, you'll notice that they changed quite a lot of things. Still, an 8 out of 10 feels fair. If you watched this video all the way to the end, please leave a like. It actually takes a lot of effort to make videos like this. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And remember, the One Piece is real. Bye.
And why does this guy looks like Triggered Insan?